how are you?
Good.
You have our friend Laura.
Hi, guys.
Yay! A guest.
Big fan. First time participant.
Yay!
I've been begging and begging.
I know. It was really starting to get in the way. So I decided, let's let her
Her
on.
messages to you? You're just like, oh, so many messages.
There's so many, there were just requests, and like Dee needs things, Zach needs things, work needs things, Mom
Laura needs things.
Laura needs things. Like, people, please stop needing something.
There's only so much Tricia to go around.
Let me be on an island. Anyways.
Well, it is an honor to be here, especially to talk about the topic today.
Yay!
I know.
We brought you something good, guys.
Guys.
And gals.
Gals.
Yeah. But before we get into our selection for today, you guys been watching have you been watching anything that you want to tell the listeners to recommend to them that they go out and buy? Or listen
I mean, I've been listening to, what's the name of the group that puts these out? But they did like Dr. Death and...
Wondery?
Yeah, Wondery. I've been listening to the mysterious Mr. Epstein.
Oh, yeah.
Started doing that.
They just did Bad Batch, too, right? With stem cells?
Yeah, I didn't listen to that yet.
Well, I did.
How was it?
It's good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's another one of those stories, kind of like Dr. Death, where it's, doctors doing bad things.
Right.
do we presume morality with doctors?
I mean,
We want to because they
kind of take an oath.
Yeah, but
I took a Girl Scout pledge. You don't see me say them.
I've taken plenty of oaths. Yeah, I think we like to think it because you have people's lives in your hands, right? So I never go into a situation assuming that a doctor has bad intentions. But I guess there are psychopaths everywhere.
Sure, in any job, but, you would hope people go into it for the right reasons, because it's certainly not for the money anymore, so...
Ooh, is that because of how expensive school is?
Sure. School is very expensive, and then just not making nearly as much money as they used to.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to talk to Zach about that. I'm just kidding.
Pediatricians are the least paid specialties.
Oh, I know. I'm definitely...
Yeah.
So many babies.
I think a large portion are like government funded insurance, so they just don't pay as well. And plus, a pediatrician will never turn a kid away, so we'll do things for free all the time. So, by the way, I am a pediatrician. I should mention that. But anyways, yeah. So how's the mysterious Mr. Epstein?
Yeah, I've been listening to it sort of passively, like while I'm really tired on the way to work. So it's just messed up.
This is about Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, and I don't know. It just kind of goes through his shenanigans and like how he started and how he was discovered. And he was kind of brilliant, like in certain ways. And I don't know. One of his jobs where he ended up making a lot of money, the person who hired him said he looked for people that were, it was like desperate, broke, and geniuses. Like there was something like a like trifecta of qualities that he found in people that just like basically had nothing to lose, and they were really good in finance. It's kind of a little bit fucked up. And I don't know, I just think it's weird that he... Another reason to think Slick Willie was up to no good. Bill Clinton always has friends in bad places.
What were we
Slick
talking about
Willie.
right
Yeah,
now?
like...
Is that Will Smith?
Bill Clinton.
Yeah, like I liked him as a president.
Expression
You haven't heard that?
ever.
Slick Willie?
Willie?
Because he's a slippery fella,
I mean, I've heard of it, but that is really taking me back there to the early 90s.
I always go back to the 90s. And speaking of the 90s, I did see a documentary about the Clinton affair, and that was fascinating. It was mostly Monica Lewinsky was one of the people that was interviewed about. Did you see that?
Love Monica Lewinsky. I think she's fantastic. I think she's gorgeous.
She's fantastic.
I think she's awesome. Everything she does for the anti-bullying stuff is fantastic. I love her on Twitter. Yeah. I just love her. I think she's She was 22 or 23 when this all went down.
She was a full-on victim.
Fully victim. It's insane.
She was a Halloween costume.
Yes. Wild world
But
we live
I had
in.
so much respect for her watching this, and I always knew that she was a victim, but I forget. It was a series. It could have been on, like, A&E or something, the Clinton affairs. But I remember it. I was young when it happened, so I didn't know all of the details. And it really just goes to show how we make women the villain in those kinds of things. And it's like, he was so powerful. The power dynamic is crazy. And also, men and women both, anyone who has come into contact with Bill Clinton and spoken with him, have brought up, like, I forget what the term for it is. I was just talking about it yesterday with someone, but like Steve Jobs had the same thing. There was some sort of hypnotic thing. No, it's more than that. Like, where they basically were able to get people to believe anything. I'll look it up, but like...
Wait, is she saying that she was somehow hypnotized into having this affair?
She didn't say that, but I've read articles about Clinton's ability when speaking to you. There was something about his social skills and how smart he was in terms of people that you were the only person in the room. You would basically believe anything he said. Like, he has a very strong power like that. I gotta look it up. Oh my gosh. But anyways, I think she was a victim.
Sounds like one of my part sociopath brethren.
I was just thinking that. You should take that test.
I was like, well, I was hoping it was going to be what I suggested, and then she was somehow hypnotized into this affair. But fine.
No.
Tessa's on the slick wheelie train now.
Bill Clinton.
Now I am.
Hold on. Oh yeah. Anyone. I mean, despite. He's got a sketchy background. You know, there's all those allegations and stuff. I mean, it's not good. I don't know if I'd go alone, but if I had... He's in his 70s. I could beat him off of me. But, like, if someone was with me, I'd get it.
Beat him off?
Well, because he's just... You don't know.
Saying, no, you didn't have to hit him.
He's allegedly, like, assaulted a number of women.
He's 70. That's elder abuse.
Okay.
So that's what I've watched lately. I'm going to look it up. What is it called?
Well, you're looking that up. I've been listening to Dolly Parton's America, the podcast, which is so good. She is awesome. I never really had much of an opinion of her, but listening to this podcast is so good. You should all listen to it.
Dolly. We're fans of
She's
Dolly.
so cool. Her music is so great. She has done a lot of songs people don't know about.
Reality distortion field. Sorry, there's articles. Look it up.
That doesn't sound like a personality trait.
No, it's not. It's just like an ability to convince. The person has an ability to convince themselves and others to believe almost anything with a mix of charm, charisma, bravado, persistence. Like, so the charisma is labeled a reality distortion field. It was coined by someone when it can go to a certain point. Like, they have the, people who remember that little tidbit you told them. They always know your name. Like, there's just things that people react positively to.
As my mouth curls into the most, disgusting smile.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, man.
Interesting. I want one.
Yeah. I feel like it might be innate.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's kind of like being a good listener, though, right? Like, you're able to engage with someone with some kind of common tidbit that you shared before, right?
And body language, but they're able to incorporate all of it with such like strength that it draws people to them. So you're going to tell me that a 21-year-old, when people have said this, like grown people, adults, that she's not going to fall into that kind of thing? He was hiding his secretary in the closet while he was having with her in the Oval Office. It's fucking crazy.
I'm sure it's not uncommon in politicians too.
No.
Never in all areas of life. If you have any sort of power over someone.
Monica, you can come on the podcast.
Oh, I will absolutely tweet at her.
Monica? Yeah, because Laura's viral. Tweet at Monica, get her on this motherfucking podcast. We will talk anti-bullying.
Oh my
We'll
gosh.
do anything. She's amazing.
She is
Queen
amazing.
Monica.
Anti-bullying movies.
Yeah, I know. I just thought of what she does.
Ooh, maybe we could watch, like, what's that movie where all the bad news bears? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, Tatum O'Neal is in that, in the original. She
I like Billy Bob.
is a strong female lead. I'm trying to think of the strong female lead.
I'm sorry.
I like Billy Bob.
That one where they're
Walter
all, like,
Matthau.
female baseball players that everyone...
A League of
League
Their
of Their
Own.
Own.
That one.
Oh
my God, what a
100%
great
yes.
movie.
Only if Monica
Monica, come
I
on.
won't see the movie unless she's on.
Oh my,
I won't even
Monica.
watch it as I have it for these 35 years.
It's so good. It's a classic. Do you have any more of those Welches?
No, I'm sorry. I only had one thing of fruit snacks. I'm sorry.
What have you watched, Tessa?
Not much. much. I've been watching American Gods again. Season 2 is just out on Starz.
Love it.
It's so
Okay, I have to watch it. Everyone keeps saying okay.
Neil Gaiman is again just knocking it out of the park.
He is fantastic.
If you ever watch Good Omens on Amazon Prime. It's also fantastic. Not in any way SFL related, but just great storytelling.
Good Omens.
Yeah.
All around.
He's such a great storyteller.
I'm excited for him to make more books into movies. I don't know why he was on this whole. I don't want my things on the
Jump on it, dude. Just jump on it.
Because he's an eclectic genius, and he's got to be weird.
So particular.
Yeah. But enough small talk. Let's get into it. We're so excited. I'm speaking for everyone right now. I'm so excited because we are now all me. I'm so excited about the show that we're doing to finish out 2019.
Yeah.
Into my golden year, my year of power 2020. I'm so excited.
Did you read that somewhere?
2020. No, it is. It's my favorite number.
You got 2020 vision?
Oh my god.
You don't. You're wearing glasses right now. Are those fake?
Wow. That was so rude.
I'm literally on the edge.
Glasses.
They are not fake.
They are not fake.
I can tell from here.
These are so bad. I'm just kidding.
Guys, I'm literally on the edge of my seat. I am perched on the edge of the couch because I am so fucking excited.
It's my golden year. My birthday is February 20th. It's also the anniversary of the pod. And in 2020, it's just my year of power. Guys, I feel it. I'm putting it into the universe. And that nothing bad will. I'll probably die now. Great.
Was our podcast February 20th? Was that the first one? I love that.
Yeah. So it's Young Female Leads Year of
Oh, it was on your
Power.
birthday.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot that.
Wow. Great friend.
Tessa doesn't remember
I
our
remember my
interactions. You need to
birthday.
remember that. Mine?
I remember
She
mine.
probably
She
remembers her
her
birthday.
Oh, your birthday too? April 30th.
Wow. Good. But anyways, what are we reviewing today?
I don't know what to do.
We haven't said it yet.
And I'm your crazy ex-friend.
Thank you.
Perfect
No, we
tie-in.
just broke up, Tricia.
Well, you need to leave then. This is my house.
We didn't even fight for our relationship. Wow. It's really hurtful. And Zach.
He's hiding. We're doing Crazy Ex-Girlfriend season
Crazy
1.
Ex-Girlfriend.
Girlfriend season 1. This show is so good. We decided to just do one episode. So these will be a little bite-sized, little nibbles for you, so you can catch up.
One episode per season.
One episode per season, because they're that good.
There's so much.
Such a fantastic
we've brought
show.
it up over the past year, so many times.
Sometimes incorrectly, but oftentimes correctly.
Ooh, when was it incorrect?
When you say my crazy ex-girlfriend all the time and it
God.
drives me insane. Yeah.
I'm so sorry for causing
It just,
you
it
such
changes
emotional
it
harm.
from the female point of view to the male point of view.
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
It's not on purpose. But you're right. It does. It does. And I know that's why she gave it that title. But for some reason, yeah, I fall into it. I'm who she hates. Rachel/Rebecca.
Oh my gosh. And talk about a talent. Oh my goodness.
She's so funny, and
She's a phenom.
Rachel Bloom, again, so
amazing.
amazing.
Work the way they want to do it. I think it makes a huge difference.
And she was, she gained fame just putting out YouTube videos of singing.
I mean, that's how Justin Bieber started too, to be fair.
I know. God, that's true. Anyways, moving on. He's the worst. Rachel Bloom. Phenom.
Yeah.
Awesome at everything.
Really
So smart.
Yeah. I fucking love this show. I'm so excited to talk about it.
Okay.
But I'm just going to give a little synopsis of season 1. So
Season
if you've seen the
1.
whole thing, if you've seen all 4 seasons, hold your motherfucking horses.
Hold your
We're talking
horses.
season 1 right now.
Put them in the stable. Shut them the fuck up. Your horses.
Oh.
I don't know what that means.
Hold your horses.
Put the saddle on
No,
yourself.
I get it, but just hold your horses. To people in this day and age, hug your horse, hold them close.
Okay.
Is it basically mean don't
I
start
think
the
it's a
race?
My Little Ponies thing, where it's hold on to your My Little Pony as close as you can, or else a grown-ass man will come and steal it from you. That's what it means.
I love that.
Yeah. Did you watch that documentary, Bronies?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, so good.
I love people obsessed with niche
I want
stuff.
to love something like they love something.
Do you want to be a furry?
No, I'm on my own thing, but like...
Oh, okay.
But just like that intensity where it's like, I need to wear this costume.
But don't you love comedy that way?
I guess.
Remember?
Nobody's ever going to be like, oh, you're a comedian, like, let's make a documentary about it.
Yeah, because it's not fucked up enough. I remember you saying, I want to love something the way Christian Bale loves acting. Because, like, he's so insanely intense and good. He gives up everything. I want something that I just, like, don't care about anything else for.
For a month for comedy.
I want to feel passion.
Yeah. Right now, I'd be like, I could maybe, like, skip a lunch.
Yeah.
Or do, like, a light dinner. But,
So we want to just... God, we just want to love something, guys. Okay, so
or
season...
as much as Rachel Bloom loves Josh Chan. I want to love someone that much. Do you love Zach that much? Would you crazy ex-girlfriend him?
Ooh.
Would you move to
Would you
whatever
move to another city?
Strange. I did. Moved to another city. Well, he
She
asked.
just showed up.
I roll. I can't answer that question without giving away pieces of the other seasons.
Zach would feel crazy ex-girlfriend you?
He would.
You think he would stalk you?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I've been stalked before.
By Zach?
Well, he couldn't stalk me unless I broke up with him. I'm not going to break up with him. But I've had exes. Kind of light stalk.
I really wanted it to be Zach. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I wanted
No.
him to just be like, oh, this is Tricia's coffee shop, and I'm here every single day.
Maybe
I mean,
that is what happened.
I
She
mean,
doesn't
should I
know
like
it.
fake a breakup and see if it happens?
No, I feel like he's listening.
Hi.
Hey. So Crazy Ex-Girlfriend starts out with us meeting Rebecca Bunch, a.k.a. Rachel Bloom.
Yeah.
And she's fantastic. She's perfect, and I love her.
Yeah.
She's perfectly imperfect.
She's perfectly imperfect.
She's sort of like the every woman in a way, kind of, but super smart.
Yeah, I think she's a very modern interpretation of how career is maybe overemphasized in some people's lives.
Interesting.
To succeed. And
Yeah.
she's getting that from family and from society, no doubt.
And she's also it's the thing that she is just good at naturally, right? Like it just seems like she has the intelligence and the ability that no matter how other parts of her life could be disastrous, she's always good at that one thing for some reason.
Yeah, she's good at lawyering.
She's good at lawyering. That's that one thing.
Yeah.
I did have a friend, remember I told you someone called me and told me that I need to watch Crazy Ex-Girlfriend years ago when it first came out because the lead character reminded her of me. And
In that you're both lawyers, sure.
Yeah.
And I think she's like, just the way it's just her interactions and the way she freaked out in the alleyway. I could just see you doing that. And I was like, and then I watched it and yeah, I'm
Not complimented?
yeah, it's questionable. But if it's just mannerisms, that's cool.
Yeah, because I was Rebecca's very animated and has a very whimsical side to her, and I'm not that you don't, but I don't see you bursting into songs anywhere or just doing a weird dance in a coffee shop while you're waiting.
I think it's just quirkiness. That's what people typically will tell me. You remind me of this character, and it's just quirkiness. And I'm like, all right, I'll take it. But it seems like now I'm a trope. So thank you. My whole being.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I love an episode 1, and I didn't even notice this until the second or third time I watched episode 1, but all the time that she's in New York, everything is very blah in terms of the coloring. Everything is gray and sad.
Mm-hmm.
And she's wearing that blue dress.
She has a blue dress on.
Great on her. I was
Yeah.
It was definitely your color.
Yeah.
And then she goes to West Covina, and everything is in LA sunshine.
Oh
And
my God.
what?
It's neon.
Yeah. And I was like, ugh, is that what would happen if I left Chicago, maybe?
And she's going to West Covina, these area, to people who are struggling and they're hungry, and it's bright, and she's in her heaven, and I'm like, that is not what's happening.
The guy that's twirling the cash for gold sign.
You're on Skid Row. Why are you?
Everything's better than New York.
But it's just, it shows that what we're seeing, and I love that, is perception, right? So something is, she's just looking at things differently for whatever reason.
Yeah, and we get a little bit of her point of view in that, this Rachel sees isn't really the things that the rest of us see.
Right, because there's a nod to that with, like, even their constant reference to, like, it's 2 hours to the beach, like, no traffic. They point out that that's not close, but they say it in a way in her head that is very, like, everything's wonderful here. There's no flaws.
And she goes to the beach, like, once. Right? In this whole...
I don't think she... Well, okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think she does.
So that was just funny, too. I'm like, she doesn't care about the beach.
Nobody does.
No.
Nobody cares.
And 2 hours is a long time.
You've seen one body of water, you've seen them all. It's like waterfalls. I don't understand.
It really reminded me of...
I see this waterfall, and I was like, is it water falling over a rock? Seen it. Check.
They are actually all the same.
They are 100%
That's a
the same.
good point I never thought of. I had lots of pictures of waterfalls, too.
This one is, like, more twisty.
I guess it's more, like, magnanimous or something.
Same thing.
Why TLC told us to not chase them?
Did you go on
They're
that
all
hike?
the same.
Did you go on that hike? There's a waterfall. Yeah. God, you're right. It seems like this is just, like, a little tiny suburb. Like, it's basically, like, anywhere is Phil. And she goes, and she's on her way.
Because she's, like, desperately chasing the last time that she felt good about herself, which was when she was 16. So she can associate this place with that.
It's fascinating. Yeah, because she runs into, so she's in the alley, freaking out about a work thing. She sees a sign.
So Tricia-like.
So, meh. Well, yeah. Has happened. And... interesting. Is this going to be some weird, like, revelation about myself? Anyways. And then she sees a sign that says, when's the last time you've been happy or something? And then she's like, ding. And then she sees Josh and she's like, ding. And then he says he's done with New York. He's moving to West Covina.
From God.
All signs. And she's like, I was at camp. I loved him. Let's go.
Yeah.
So there she is.
Literal signs.
Literal signs. And so she integrates into his life.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about Josh Chan.
Oh.
Most average person who's ever lived an average life. Ugh.
But not an average body.
He's a total adolescent, and it's very interesting, like, people's obsession with him, because I mean, yeah.
He has a Bill Clinton-like charisma.
God. He doesn't even, like, I don't even like what he's saying ever.
I love him. I mean, I love him for personality only. Like, I don't think I don't think I know a Josh Chan.
He's a good dancer.
Does that make me the Josh Chan?
No.
Are you Josh?
Of course not.
I
No.
think, like, if you don't know certain people in your life, you're probably that person.
No, not for him. He's unique.
No, he's unique. He can't, like, there's really not a ton to him. It seems like everyone's projecting their things onto him, which is so fascinating because it's the same thing with his girlfriend. Valencia, where it's kind of like, what's going on here? Why is everyone orbiting this dude?
Yeah, I think he might be a Clinton.
Oh my God.
Charisma figure.
He might have put a spell on. So there's Josh, and he just kind of is sort of ignorant to her moving there. He's like, cool!
I love it.
He's a dummy.
He's a big dummy. And Valencia, who's amazing.
I love
from
her.
The beginning.
Yeah.
She's got Rachel's number. She doesn't like her.
Yeah, she shouldn't.
She sees through her.
Yeah.
She's got a little bit of an eating disorder situation, kind of body image thing, and she's a yoga teacher.
Mm-hmm. And then we also meet the rest of Josh Chan's friends, especially White Josh.
White Josh.
I think he's like a magical white man. Like,
he is.
Do they call him White Josh?
Yeah.
Yes.
In the first season?
I think it's when they introduce him. They're like, this is White Josh. And she goes, why do you call him that? And they're like, because look at them. And she's like, oh yeah, he is the White Josh.
Okay, got it. He's so
but
broy,
but only in looks and in, like, body, because he is so smart and he's so insightful and he sees through things and he calls it like it is. So in that way, he's nothing like Josh Chan.
In a way, he's like the moral compass.
Yeah, until he gets into his, like, relationship drama, and then he's, like, uncompromising, which may be the only time I ever saw him not compromising as a flaw.
Interesting. But he knew what he wanted. Well, is that in that first season, though? Are we jumping ahead?
We're jumping ahead.
Okay. Coming back. Okay, so season 1, she does get into some predicaments, and she does, like, she tries to become really close with Valencia, and it gets real weird, like, when they're at that bar dancing and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Where she's like, girlfriend! And, like, really obsessed with her.
But that's why it's so great that she meets Paula, because Paula is awesome.
Paralegal.
The enabler to her codependence.
The first season is just Paula not trusting her, like wondering what she's about. Why'd she come here?
Oh,
she was at a big
That's
firm.
like one episode, right?
Yeah,
oh, really?
She jumps on board pretty, midway through the season. She's fully on board.
Okay.
With Rebecca and Josh Chan, like they need to be together. This is a romance story that I want to be a part of for whatever reason.
Yeah, she was kind of obsessed.
Like, why do you want to be so involved in their? Maybe it's because she's like been married for a long time, and she's like, I haven't.
Well, she's like underemployed for her talent level, and like she needs that like Hollywood story of a romance that she thinks should happen.
Yeah,
but
she needs something. Everyone's trying to fill something in them. God, I don't want it to sound gross. Everyone's trying to get validated or something by something external.
By dicks?
I had a note here. It was good. I'm gonna look it up. Oh God, yeah. Everyone's looking externally. Oh, here they're chasing fantasies and defining themselves by external stuff. So everybody is doing that. Paula's doing that.
Yeah.
Rachel's doing that. Valencia's doing that. Josh, it's like kind of unclear like what he's doing actually in the first season.
Yeah, because he doesn't even come out as gay. Or maybe is he always gay? Does he come out as gay?
Are you talking about White Josh?
Oh, I was thinking about regular Josh. Yeah. Just the Josh, that's the focus. Yeah. Greg, we meet Greg too. Greg is obviously unhappy as well.
Yeah, Greg Serrano has the most, leading, like, his character has, like, a very fast arc. Like, he's like, I'm fucked up, everything's the worst, I'm sad, like...
Well, he's also underemployed, right? Because he had to drop out of...
business school to take care of his dad.
Thinking about Crazy Ex-Girlfriend and the genius of Rachel Bloom, what really comes to mind is how effortlessly and hilariously she subverts so many rom-com tropes.
She fucks him in the face.
She does.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just so impressed. So we have a couple of tropes that come up. Those were dick jokes, if you were wondering.
Oh.
Tricia didn't want to say anything that sounded...
Yeah, no, that was great that you just do that. Your teeth are so white.
I was thinking that earlier.
Like,
they're extraordinarily white.
Blinded by them. Are you using something?
It's a lipstick. I think it's a lipstick.
Oh, that might make them seem whiter, but they are really white. Do you use a toothpaste or something?
Do you use
like a special one?
Just baking soda. Like the Pioneer.
Just some hydrogen peroxide and baking soda. Although hydrogen peroxide is supposed to help. But no, seriously, what do you use?
I don't know why I just assumed that that's for cuts.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like people will
You
use
can
it
definitely use it for cuts as well.
Yeah.
And swishing your
You
mouth.
can gargle it in your mouth. You can put it in your ear.
Everything works everywhere.
Why would you put it in your ear?
To help clear out the earwax.
In your ear?
Sometimes. Yeah. It's like coconut oil. You just use it for everything. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I heard that with like coconut, the swishing. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but it's supposed to be good for your gums.
Oh, I use it as conditioner. Yeah. But seriously, you haven't told me. Are you using special toothpaste?
No.
A whitener?
No.
Did you recently get them whitened?
No.
What the fuck is going
It's
on?
just lipstick. I was looking at my teeth this morning, and I was like, you should get pressed white strips.
Oh my god. Please don't, because then they're going to be luminescent. What?
Drink a little bit less coffee lately.
It's just
maybe that's it.
They're just brilliantly white. Okay. You're like borderline
You should
Hollywood.
definitely apologize.
That's scary. That's like game show host white. Like, oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
That leathery, delicious skin.
Oh my god.
That's tropes.
Yeah. God.
So some of my favorite rom-com tropes are usually like surrounding like the character's job. Like in the 90s, every guy was an architect and every girl was a writer.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, they give her an important job.
Like Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
Ted Mosby, he's an architect in How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. Oh God, let's think of some other. Whatever her name is from. Grey's Anatomy. She's always...
Kate Hudson's a writer in Tempting to Hate.
Katherine Heigl?
Yeah, Katherine Heigl works for... It's always
magazines,
like media,
the outdoor
right?
magazine.
Yeah, outdoor magazine, 27 Dresses.
Oh, and then she also works like for an E-News network.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Knocked Up.
They're always... It's always... oh my God, Amy Schumer in hers? God damn. It's always media, like these funky jobs where I'm like, where'd you get that? I want that. And I want that
And
apartment.
a job that they never do.
No, they're
Right.
not good at it. They don't care about it. They have a great wardrobe.
They get one
Done.
assignment and never return.
It does give you, though, that, like, ability to leave and go places and have a more free schedule if you're, like, a freelance writer, which gives you more time to
Get into
get the
these debacles.
storyline. Right. Because, like, with Rebecca, she's, a lawyer, and so she's at work, so they had to add, like, her work friend to be able to, like, move the plot along and
You're right, 'cause
her
of the
shenanigans.
time she'd spend at work.
Yeah, and being busy. So.
Oh my God, what was the one Katherine Heigl was in where she hated... Well, where she hated the guy and then fell in love with him? No,
The Ugly Truth?
Yeah. God, it never stops. Okay.
Where is Hillary? This is the best game we've ever played.
It's what movie was Katherine Heigl in? Where
I'm killing it.
You were really good. Okay.
So here's another one. Men and women can't be friends.
Harry Met Sally. Well, really all of them.
Yeah, 100%.
And they have the friend that's secretly in love with them, though, if they do have a friend.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Shadow League.
Something borrowed.
Yeah, something
I mean-
borrowed.
That blasphemous movie up again.
Just saying.
It almost ended us.
Before we began, truly, we had to have a we had to
Yes,
like
all
have
of the
we had to have a separate talk. Yeah.
Oh, no, she was a lawyer. They were lawyers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Kate Hudson,
Oh, yeah. What did she do?
I don't know, something where
Flighty.
where she made a lot of money. She was business.
Like a interior decorator? Oh, no, she wasn't advertising, you're right.
Oh, or advertising, right? So it's definitely a creative career,
Yeah.
no matter what.
But in
Okay.
this one, she has a female. She's got male friends. She's got mustache.
Daryl. She's got white Josh, but
That was Josh.
But here's
she
the
was
thing.
friends with Greg for a while, but then, then she becomes not friends with him again, so, yeah.
You know what though? Yeah, I guess without giving away too much about the characters, it does seem like there aren't. It might fall into that trope, and I think some of the reason is because you need tension, right? Like in most of the relationships and in most of the scenes, there has to be some form of tension, and you're not going to necessarily have that with just a friend who's a guy. So there has to be something. They have to be involved somehow emotionally, and they always make it that they have feelings. Who's like a guy who would be someone she would date that doesn't have feelings for her?
Well, I think that if it's, I would want her just to have a truly male, like a male friend.
Okay, no matter what.
Romantic.
Like Daryl, it's never romantic with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
But I
just
would
not
also
into.
appreciate if it was a straight.
That's what I'm trying to
a
say.
straight male
But I
friend
didn't-
who's just a friend.
But he does have female relationships.
No, you're right. I didn't want to give away too much and say straight. But yeah, I don't see a straight guy who's just friends with her. They all fall into her triangle, hexagon.
What about
whatever, love.
what about Hector?
But are they? But
She and Hector don't really
Yeah.
interact that much.
I like him.
I know, I like him too. Hector's mom.
He's so cute. They podcast.
I know, right? They should come on this podcast.
I love the comments like, "Oh, she just edits during the day." I'm like, "Mom, that. What are they talking about? Why are they so obsessed with each other?" He's so sweet. I think he's actually very cute too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, you can't be perfect.
Yeah, you can't
She
be
does
perfect,
have.
Alan.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a hard trope to get
I
around.
mean, it is hard because you need some for structure's sake.
Ooh, this is another good one. There's no middle part to sex. Sex begins, and then we see them the next day. I love how there's so much Rachel Bloom getting down.
So much getting down.
So much. There's so much. And I was like,
Yeah.
yes, all of it.
She's hungry for it.
Oh my god, her sexy getting ready song is so good.
Fucking yes.
It's so true.
It's so true. It's just like, the idea you're just like ruining your body to get ready. Like, I'm going to, oh my God. And then, well, yeah, it's in the later seasons, but she touches on that a lot about like what women have to do in order to be presentable or to attract men. Mm-hmm. How they have to change their physical appearance comes in to the story a lot.
I just love how much she
awesome.
talks about sex, different kinds of sex.
She's a woman who enjoys sex, and that's fine.
And it's like continually not shamed for it.
Yeah.
Even at opportunities where like people could take that low road.
Yes.
Especially Valencia, like she's got all the reason to be like everything's fair game.
Like cut her throat. Yeah, but they don't. No one slut shames her ever in this. That's actually well.
I think her mom kind of does a little bit.
I don't know. I think the guys at some point, they have a song. I tap that.
I don't remember
that one.
Where they both talk about having sex with her. It doesn't seem like it's shaming her, but it seems like it's sort of
objectifying her?
Just throwing it back in her face. But what's interesting about it is I think it's coming from them being hurt by her. So it's Greg and Josh. And she had like hurt both of them. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting. It's like, it doesn't seem like it's coming from you're dirty. It's just kind of like they're enjoying making her feel kind of like, oh. Anyways. Season 1. That might have been season 2. Yeah, like they sit on that thing that looks like boobies in her apartment. Or like okay.
I don't remember those, but there's so many good songs. So.
Yeah, there's so many good songs. Is period sex in this one? Because that is brilliant.
Season 2.
I don't remember.
Okay. His ex is a one-sided monster out to get you. Not all exes are bad. Well, I mean, Rebecca has a huge problem with exes. They're everywhere, all the time. Everyone is her ex, pretty much, except for Daryl.
Oh yeah, with the guys. I was thinking of that meant the girls. The girls are one-sided. I thought that was talking about the ex-girlfriends.
Oh, I was talking about that. Yeah,
Interesting.
My mind immediately went to like how are Greg and Josh Chan still friends?
Oh,
they seem to make up so quickly after both of them sleeping with the same girl.
That's TV for you. Girl. Yeah, that's definitely a show for you because that does not happen that way, especially if they have feelings.
Yeah, and you'd think that like after it didn't work out with Josh Chan the first time, she would move back to New York and just be like, well, I tried it and I ruined everything because I slept with both Josh Chan and his best friend. And his girlfriend Valencia's out to get me.
Yeah, and she just, at least in season 2, what I'm seeing is she definitely like blows things. She like lights things on fire and blows them up in terms of like relationships. Like she goes too far with everything. She makes a decision where you're like, wow, that's really going to work against you. Mm-hmm. And she always ends up fine. And back on her feet, it seems, but like it's a little destructive. So I'm kind of like, why are you doing that, Rebecca? Like you're kind of ruining things for yourself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I kind of like see it like a spinning top, and where she's like got everything going, and the top is spinning through season 1, and kind of getting her where she wants to be. She's with Josh Chan.
She's
the end
in
of
the
season
orbit.
1.
Yeah, she got there.
She got there, but then in season 2, it's like dumping physical memory. Like everything is becoming a shit show. It was a nerdy term. I regret.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
What was it? Dumping physical memory?
No. I didn't know that term. That's so cool.
I don't know what kind of a term is it.
Explain that.
Is it a psychology term? Is it a comedy term? Is it a movie
it's
term?
Definitely a TV. It's a TV thing or a script thing. You just made that up?
No comment.
Love that.
Okay.
She makes a lot of left turns. And I'm kind of like, I don't know how the fuck you got there, but it seems, yeah.
She does. She makes a lot of left turns. And yeah, towards the end of season 1, they're at Josh Chan's sister's wedding, which is so complicated.
Yeah, she gets in there as a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
Fucking weird.
And then she's not a bridesmaid. And then she gets re-invited.
Listen.
Yeah. Oh my god. My favorite part is when she brings out that musical she's obsessed with as as a kid.
Oh, yes.
In one indescribable instant.
Yes.
What is happening? I want that to be a real movie. If Rebecca Bloom doesn't have a new thing to be doing right now, because that was the whole spirit of her tour, she's like, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Make that. Please make that.
It was amazing.
Make that animated film so that I can watch it.
She truly seems like she's living like moment to moment, reaction to reaction. Like I'm like, there's no like down time. It's truly like ping ponging. Like, I'll try this. Ooh, that one. Ooh, well, here's something I can do. Ooh, and I'm just like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Like, can I just hang out with her but not have her kill me? It'd be great.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, because she really does decide if she likes someone or not very, very quickly.
Very quickly. And then it's everything, right? And then like another, like the Greg thing is just there. And then that happens. And then it's like Josh is there. And then that. And you're just like, holy fucking shit. Just take a beat.
Yeah, but she's obviously got something going on because in season 1, doesn't she have, she has maybe that's season 2 she gets a therapist. So she obviously is like recognizing that some things are like not perfect and not everything in West Covina is coming up Josh Chan. Do you see what I did there?
Yeah. There's hints, right? She throws all her pills down the sink. And there is that day in New York before she moves, I think, where she's just like on the couch. And I could definitely relate to that, where she gets depressed, right? And it shows where she just like, and she has a phone, and then like something perks her up, and then she's like not bathing, and you know what I mean? And you're like, okay. And then her mom calls and said something weird about like a suicide attempt or something when she was in college, and then you're like, that's weird. And you're like, okay, we're going to West Covina.
She does have this like huge like swing in emotion where she's either like a Disney princess or completely like down and out, and I'm like, oh, where are we right now? What's happening?
And it's based on something external that has happened.
Yeah. And I'm like, I can never tell. Like sometimes, I think this happens in season 1 where sometimes the musical numbers will incorporate people who have some sort of awareness that they're in her musical number. And I was like, is this just you trying to break my mind? What? Is she actually singing? Yeah. Like, do people see this? I wasn't sure in the beginning. Like, obviously, like, our costumes and all that aren't there, but is she actually singing, like, like out loud?
Yeah, right. I don't know. What do you think, Lauren?
I don't know. That's a good question.
In the beginning, in season 1,
it's not clear in season 1 at all. Right? Yeah, because exactly what you said. She incorporates people who are otherwise doing something else, and it's very clever.
Are they like just like joining her, like you know, Rachel's singing, like I sing too. Like,
is it all in her head? Is she imagining it all?
And it usually the songs are about something like she's getting ready for, or something she's dreaming about, or like about, I don't know. The songs, what's so interesting is they all move the plot along. So they're not just a recap of something. They like, you learn something about the next step or something about the person who's part of it. And I thought that was so cool. Yeah, I think she's her most honest in the songs, even if her dialogue can sometimes be unreliable. Yeah. She's giving away more truth than like, I think we're not supposed to realize all the truth that she's actually saying, but she's actually saying so much in the songs that she's maybe not displaying in her actions in the real world. You're totally right. She's revealing what's going on with her in the songs. All the characters are. And then you see them like actually, part of the plot, and they're not as self-aware or they're in denial. Yeah. But like the songs are pushing the themes along. She's oh my god, she's brilliant. Like, and that's how it's different than other musicals or other movies that have exactly what you're saying, recap, or just putting a watercolor brush over the events, where she's being like very honest and revealing, and that is the brilliance of it. That is kind of, I guess I never even really, like, I knew it but didn't know it, because she doesn't reveal any of that stuff typically in the dialogue until it's been revealed in a song. Sometimes for like 10 episodes, there's like something like that in the song and it doesn't go into the actual dialogue. Wow. She is breaking my mind. She's breaking my mind like Fleabag broke my mind. Where I'm just like, you were so amazing. I can't.
Like, that's kind of an interesting juxtaposition because, like, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, like, breaks the fourth wall and somehow, like, Rachel Bloom created a fifth wall. I'm like, I don't understand completely.
She created a psyche wall.
Yeah, she created another room within a room. Like,
I know. It's so good. But yeah, that is Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Did you watch Fleabag?
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Okay,
That's.
good.
I asked you earlier if you do non-Netflix things because I'm like, I want to be on Fleabag.
I know. We might have to.
It's brilliant.
We might have to make an exception because that one's wild. Anyways.
Season 2.
Fleabag,
Yeah.
Season 2 is somehow still better than season 1.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Feat in and of itself.
I just don't, like, yeah, I like things that are self-aware, but then they're, like, The Office was kind of self-aware, and there's that level of self-aware, but then it's like we're on a show, and we're blah, blah, blah. But Fleabag and this are, like, self-aware, and then, like, turning it on me. And I'm like, I don't know even what? Did you? Oh my God.
And in Fleabag, you like when the priest is saying like, what are you doing right there? Like he points it out when she's doing it, and that is what really was like, oh my gosh, that is that fifth wall you're talking about, where it's like, oh, I see that. I didn't know that they also saw that in the world, and yeah.
And that was weird because then it's kind of like, are people seeing her? For a second, you're like, does she have split personality or something? Like, is she doing this? And everyone sees it, but
dissociative identity disorder.
Right, there we go. Dissociative identity. But then I wondered if he saw it because he saw her in a way that other people didn't.
Right.
Because she was kind of like an afterthought. So like, and also being a priest and like, not your typical priest, but some sort of spiritual type of thing going on where he was able to see it. It was just like, oh my God, and then they fucked.
Spoiler alert.
Well, guys, sorry to leave you on pins and needles, but
Yeah.
we'll be getting to know you in this episode. Your assignment, should you choose to accept it, is to watch season 1 and get a little curious about season 2 because we're coming at you next week with season 2.
The second season. Instagram @StrongFemalePod.
Twitter @SFL_Chicago.
Rate, review, subscribe on Apple iTunes.
Yeah, and follow Laura. Laura, what's your social needs?
So it's like one of those annoying ones to say out, but it's my initials LLR, but it's spelled out like Elle Woods, ELLE, and then ELLE, and then ARE. So that is me on Instagram and Twitter. I should have a more podcast friendly name.
You didn't know?
But I don't. And
You're an influencer.
Yeah, now I'm a social media influencer. So go ahead and give me a follow, but definitely follow Strong Female Lead instead. And yeah, thank you so much. I love this show, and so I'm not to give a spoiler about the rating, but it's been an honor. Thank you guys.
Thanks so much for coming.
All right. Until next time. Bye.